Today we are actually going to get started standing up. However, if you do prefer sitting down or laying down for the beginning, then by all means feel free to do so. If you do want to meet me in a standing posture, come on up to the front of your mat, feet hips distance, all 10 toes point forward, and you choose where your hands go. They can be by your side, palms touching at heart center, or even Hasta Mudra with the palms up by your sides, just whatever feels good. And we'll take the next couple of moments to truly allow ourselves to arrive here and now. Take a moment to just check in with yourself and how you're feeling. Bring your awareness to your mind, your head space, and just observe the energy, the quality, the texture of your mind. Gently give yourself a scan of your body and check in, notice how it feels. Just become aware. And eventually tune your awareness to your emotional well-being, noting the emotion that you feel here and now. And we're just here to notice, to become aware. Take a moment to set an intention for your practice today. Why are you here? Maybe you're here to cultivate an energy, a state. Maybe you're here to send positive energy to another person in your life. Come up with your dedication for your practice. And gently begin to allow all that thinking stuff to start to fade to the background. We're here to now connect with our bodies and our practice, to be in the present moment. Find your way to the feeling of the breath, the action that's happening here and now. Feel the inhales and exhales in your body. Let your mind soften to the feeling of the breath. Let everything else go. Allow the body to relax as the feet are firm and grounded. The head gently lifts towards the ethers, chins parallel with the ground. Relax your face and let yourself melt into the moment. Take a couple of big cleansing breaths and truly allow the feeling of your inhales and exhales to take over your awareness, to soften your mental state. If your mind begins to wander, notice where it goes. Whether it attaches to internal or external distractions, just become aware. And when you notice, simply usher your mind back to feeling the breath. We'll take a couple of more moments to simply feel the breath. Let yourself feel the full extent of every inhale and exhale. Whenever your next exhale arises, gently float the hands down by the sides if they aren't already there. And on your inhale, peel the eyes open and find somewhere to look on the ground ahead of you. Take a couple big breaths, staying connected with the feeling of the inhales and exhales, though the eyes are drawn open. Keep the gaze inwards. We'll begin to initiate movement with the breath now. So on your next inhale, sweep your hands out and around. Follow the breath, palms touch at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more times. You can follow the pace of your own breath. Inhaling, big sweep up. Exhale, hands slowly lower. Once more, follow your breath. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands slowly lower to the heart. Beautiful. On your next inhale, hands sweep out and around, palms touch at the top. On the exhale, hinge from the hips, bow down. Release the hands towards the feet. Inhale, rise up halfway, pull the heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, slowly roll on up, stacking one vertebra at a time as you rise. On your exhale, roll the shoulders down the back body. One more time like that. Inhale, big sweep out and around, palms touch. Exhale, slowly bow down, following your prayer towards the ground. Inhale, rise up halfway, pull the heart forward. Exhale, fold. Rippling on up, bend the knees. Inhale as you rise. Take your time. Head and shoulders are the last to rise. Whenever you get up to standing, exhale. Roll the shoulders down the back body. Beautiful. Let's move through a sun A. Inhale, hands sweep up, palms touch. Exhale, fold down, low belly pulls in. Inhale, rise up halfway, pull the heart forward. Exhale, plant your hands, step the feet back, plank pose. Lower your knees down, the chest, and then the chin. Booty will be up in the air. On your inhale, inch forward, lift the heart up, low cobra. Exhale, curl the toes under, press on back, downward facing dog. Pause here. We'll be here for about 5 big breaths. Feel free to bend the knees, pedal out the feet, shift the weight forward and back, side to side. Find a nice opening in the backs of the legs. Breathe deeply. Couple more big breaths here. Fingertips spread wide as you press specifically between the pointer finger and the thumb, palms pressed down. Relax the jaw. One more full round of breath. On your next inhale, either walk or step your feet all the way up to the hands and rise up halfway once you get to the top. Exhale, fold to the feet. Inhale, flat back. Now sweep the hands out and around as you rise all the way up to standing, palms touch at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center, then down by your sides. Great job. On your next inhale, left foot steps out. We're going to come into a wide-legged stance, so all 10 toes are going to point toward the long edge of your mat. We'll pause here for a moment, find your way there. On your next inhale, hands come to the hip, crown of the head reaches up towards the ceiling. Going into side lunge, exhale, bend your left knee, stick your booty back, lean forward. Inhale, come on up. Same side. Exhale, booty sinks back, bend the left knee. Inhale, come on up. One more on this side. Exhale, sink it back, knee should be over the ankle. Inhale, come on up. Same thing other side. So exhale, right knee bend, sink the booty back. Inhale up, pull the low belly in. Exhale, right knee bend, sink the booty back. Inhale up, one more round on this side. Exhale, bend. Inhale up. Exhale once you're at standing. Inhale, crown of the head reaches up. Exhale, begin to hinge from the hips, lowering the heart towards the mat. Hands can drop down towards the ground, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway, pull the heart forward. On your exhale, maybe you lower the heart, the head a little bit deeper. Maybe you stay where you're at. If you need to add a bend to the knees here to lower the hands, feel free to do so. Find a stretch that just feels good in your body. Breathe deeply here. Couple more big rounds of breath. Let's take 2 more big breaths here. Maybe you shift the weight more towards the toes and the heels. Beautiful. On your next inhale, rise up halfway. Pause here. Exhale. From here on your next inhale, begin to walk your hands towards the front of your mat. So your right foot, as you do so, you're going to pivot your feet so all 10 toes face forward. So you're going to be in a high lunge leg stance, but hands on the ground. Pause here. Exhale. On your next inhale, we're going to try to make our way to a standing split. So bring your hands just forward of your front foot, and maybe you lift that back foot up off the ground. Maybe the toes just work on lifting. Maybe you work towards the left toes lifting up towards the ceiling. Find where this works for you. Hands can be flat on the ground. They can be tented onto fingertips. Couple more big breaths. Rather than opening that left hip, try to keep the hips parallel to the ground. So the big toe side of your foot lifts up towards the ceiling. Awesome. One more big breath here. You got it. On your exhale, lower that left foot back down. We're going to spin to the back of our mats now. So inhale, walk the hands all the way to the back foot. Keep going, going, going. All 10 toes face the back of your mat. Pause here, exhale. On your inhale, hands come forward of that left foot now, and maybe you kick up to standing splits on this side. So back toes can just work on lifting. You can lift the toes up towards the ceiling. Find where this works in your body. Keep spinning that right outer hip down towards the mat. And again, totally okay if you add a deep bend to that left knee. Let's take a couple more big breaths here. Breathe deeply. 2 more breaths. You got it. 1 more big breath. Beautiful. On your exhale, slowly lower that right foot down now. We're coming back. So inhale, walk the hands back to center, making our way back to that wide-legged forward fold. So inhale, rise up halfway, pull the heart forward. Exhale, let your body drape down. Great job there. Pause here, a couple big breaths. Try to lift the kneecaps up towards the hips, really engaging the legs here. Couple more big breaths. Breathe to the backs of your legs. Again, maybe you work with tilting the booty up towards the ceiling. Weight shifts towards the front of the feet. 1 more big breath here. Awesome job. Inhale, rise up halfway. Pause here, exhale. On your next inhale, hands come to the hips. Slowly lift yourself on up. Great job. Exhale, step it on up to the front of your mat. Inhale, hands sweep out and around, palms touch. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, rise up halfway, lengthen the back body. Exhale, plant the hands, step your feet back, plank pose. Your choice if you want to keep the knees lifted or lower them, but lower yourself towards the mat, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, pause here for a couple breaths in your downward facing dog. Breathe deeply, notice how you're feeling. Big breaths all the way to the belly. Really press the ground away through the hands. Drive the heels towards the mat. It's okay if they don't touch. Knees press towards the wall behind you. 1 more big breath here. You got it. Alrighty. On your next inhale, step your right foot only up between your hands. Now pause here. Exhale. We're going to make our way to warrior 2. So on your next inhale, back heel drops down. So the back foot's in alignment with the short edge of your mat, and then rise up, cartwheel the hands, add a bend to that front knee, warrior 2. So let's take a moment here to pause, really work into proper alignment. Take a look at your front foot, all 5 toes pointing forward. Bend that knee so the knee is stacked over the ankle. If you look down and your knee is forward of the ankle, widen your stance, okay? Take a look back, again, back foot, the outer side of your foot's in alignment with the short edge of your mat. You should be able to draw a line from the front heel, intersect with the back arch, okay? So feel free to even try that out on your mat. All right, let's work into the arms. So those arms are at a T shape here. Low belly pulls in, and that left hip's really drawing back so the hips are square to the long edge of your mat. Gaze is over the front fingertips. The arms are working as though you're pressing the hands down on walls in front of and back of you. Breathe, couple more big breaths, you got it. Keep pressing the front knee toward the pinky toe side of your foot. All right, let's add some movement here. On your next inhale, straighten the front leg, hands come up towards touching. Exhale, bend, hands come to T-shape. 2 more like that. Inhale, up. Awesome, exhale, lower. 1 more. Inhale, reach it up, straighten the leg. Exhale, lower, pause. Take a big breath here. Moving to peaceful warrior. On your next inhale, flip the right palm up towards the ceiling and then lean it on back. Left hand comes down towards the back of that left leg. Right hand can reach up towards the ceiling or towards the wall behind you. Find where this works in your body. Notice here that a lot of us tend to lift up out of that front knee. Keep it bent. Keep the knee stacked over the ankle. Low belly pulls and should get a nice side stretch on that right side body. 1 more big breath here. Awesome. Inhale, come on up, warrior 2. Side angle, exhale. Bend the right elbow, stack the forearm on your thigh like a shelf. Inhale, right hand can reach up, or maybe the fingertips come towards the front of the room, okay? Couple of big breaths here. Breathe deeply. Keep pulling that low belly in and sinking into that front right knee. 2 more big breaths. Awesome. 1 more breath. You got it. Inhale, come on back up. Warrior 2. All right, we're going to switch our legs now. So exhale. Inhale, flip the right toes so the foot's in alignment with the short edge of the mat. Left toes now point toward the back edge of your mat, okay? So we're flipping our stance, add a bend to that left knee now. So you're gonna warrior 2 facing the back of your mat, hands still come to a T shape. You got it? All right, pause here for a couple big breaths, sink into that left knee now, low belly pulls in, really work the arms, reach them out in opposite directions. 2 more big breaths. 1 more breath. All right, let's flow. Inhale, straighten the leg, hands come up to touch. Exhale, lower down. 2 more times. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, lower. Last time, inhale, reach it up, palms touch. Exhale, lower. 1 big breath here. All right, peaceful warrior. Inhale, left palm lifts up towards the ceiling. Reach the hand towards the sky, right hand comes down the back leg. Pausing here for a couple of big breaths. Keep a deep bend in your front knee. So we're not straightening that front leg, we're keeping a deep bend, low belly pulls in. 2 more big breaths. 1 more. Inhale, come up, warrior 2. Exhale, side angle, bend the left elbow, place the forearm on the thigh, right hand reaches up or toward the front of your room. Your choice, low belly pulls in, and really try to spiral the left bottom rib cage up towards the ceiling. You can look up towards the ceiling, out to the space in front of you. Couple more big breaths, you got it, legs are working here. Awesome, 1 more big breath. Inhale, come on up to center, warrior 2. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. So all 10 toes point toward the long edge of your mat. Hands come to the hips. Whew, heart rate's going up here. Inhale, crown of the head reaches up towards the ceiling. Exhale, send the heart forward, hinge from the hips. Keep the hands on the hips the whole time. So just pause wherever you kind of land. Breathing deeply. We'll be here for about 5 big breaths. Maybe the crown of the head comes to the ground. Keep squeezing the elbows towards each other along the back body. Kneecaps lift up towards the hips. 1 more big breath. Awesome. Using the strength of your core on your next inhale, lift yourself all the way up. Great job. Exhale, step it on up to the front of your mat. Palms in heart center. Pause for a couple big breaths. Maybe you draw the eyes closed. Whew, that was a fiery little flow there. Notice how you're feeling. Check in. Maybe you feel the heartbeat in the chest. Maybe your breath has shortened to a panting-like nature. Let's try to equalize the breath. Inhales, equal exhales. Notice where your mind is at. Come back to the body. Couple more big breaths here, just letting yourself feel. And feel that spark of life, the heart in the chest. Take a couple more big breaths, really oxygenating the mind and the body. When you're ready, when you feel connected back inwards, gently draw the eyes open and let the palms float down by your sides. Step the feet out to hips distance if they're not there already. All 10 toes point forward. We're going to work to a couple standing back bends, but we're going to take our time, and you pause and stop wherever you want to, okay? Let's start bringing the hands back into heart center. Inhale. Exhale here. On your next inhale, reach the crown of the head up towards the ceiling like you want to lift your chest up out of the hips. And then exhale, maybe you begin to tilt it on back only to a point that feels good for you. Keep the hips slightly over the ankles. Inhale, pull yourself back up. Exhale, relax. Okay, we're just going to do 2 more like that. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, tilt it on back. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, soften. One more time. Inhale, crown of the head reaches up. Exhale, tilt yourself back. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, soften. Okay, so notice how that felt for you in the body. If that felt like enough in the low back, you're gonna stop right there and just do that for our next round. If you wanna try going one step further, we're gonna bring the hands to the low back. So that can be thumbs pressing into the sacrum or palms kind of pressing in with the fingertips down towards your booty. So whichever feels natural in your body, go there. When we begin to lean back, we're gonna squeeze the elbows towards each other rather than allowing them to splay outwards, all right? So your choice where you place the hands, same concept. On your next inhale, can you lift the head up like you want to lift the rib cage away from the hips, elbows squeeze towards each other. On the exhale, maybe you lean back. This time, thumbs or heels of the hands press into the low back. Now, if this is enough for you, stay here. You can keep the chin gently pulling in towards the chest for easier breathing, or you can let the head hang back if you can breathe there. If you want to take it one step further, maybe the hands lower towards the thighs or the lower legs. Let's take 2 more big breaths wherever you are. 1 more breath. All right, on your next inhale, slowly come on up. Exhale, big exhale once you get to the top. Palms to heart center, close the eyes, take a couple big breaths. As you're here, gently pull the low belly in towards the spine. That'll just gently create some space in the low back. Breathe to the low back, notice what you feel. You're doing an awesome, awesome job. 2 more big breaths. 1 more breath. On your next inhale, hands sweep out and around, palms touch at the top. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, rise up halfway, pull the heart forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, plank pose, lower yourself towards the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, child's pose. So lower the knees, spread them wider than hips distance, big toes touch, and sink your hips back to the heels. Allow the head to rest towards the ground and breathe deeply here for a couple rounds of breath. If it feels good, you can gently sway the hips side to side, finding a nice release in the low back. Breathe deeply. Relax your jaw, soften the shoulders down away from the ears. 1 more big breath. On your next inhale, gently begin to walk the hands back towards you till you're sitting all the way up on the heels. On the exhale, swing the legs out and around in front of you. We're going to lay down next. So give yourself some space. If you need to, inch yourself forward. Inhale, once you're at the top of your mat, reach the hands out in front of you. And on your exhale, slowly lower yourself down 1 vertebra at a time using the strength of your core. Once you get all the way to lying down on your mat, gently hug the knees in towards you, wrap your arms around the legs, and if it feels good, add a gentle rock side to side. As you're rocking, maybe you press the low back, the hips in towards the mat, giving yourself a little low back massage. Breathe here. Whenever your next exhale arises, straighten only the left leg down to the mat. Keep the right knee hugging in towards you. We'll pause here for a couple big breaths and just allow the hands to gently rest on the knee or the shin rather than pulling the knee towards you. Just be gentle. Relax the jaw, soften the arms. 1 more big breath. On your next inhale, bring your hands behind the right thigh and begin to lift the right foot up towards the ceiling. Now you can pause at any point that it feels like a nice stretch on the back of your right leg. If at any point it feels like too much, just add more of a bend to the knee. Flex the right foot, toes pull back towards you. And again, you can hold on to the back of your thigh. If you want to go a little deeper at this point, maybe you hold on the back of the calf. Keep those arms relaxed and soft. And flex the left foot as well. Continue to press the left knee down to the mat. Couple more big breaths here. Breathe through the stretch. 1 more breath. On your exhale, gently bend the right knee, hug it in. Big inhale here. Exhale, straighten the right leg down to the mat. Same stretch other side. So inhale, left knee hugs in. Pause here, breathing deeply for a couple rounds of breath. And again, relax the hands, soften the grip on the knee or the shin. Just allow the weight of your hands to gently pull the knee in towards you. Breathe through the hip. Relax the jaw, soften your gaze. One more full breath here. Beautiful. On your next inhale, hands come behind the left thigh now, interlacing the fingers. And when you're ready, begin to lift the left foot up towards the ceiling. And then you can point the toes or flex them. Flexing them will give you a little bit deeper of a stretch. So maybe you flex both the feet, pulling the toes back towards you. And your choice, if it feels like too deep right here, you can add a bend back to that knee. Maybe you hold behind the left thigh. Maybe you inch the hands up a bit behind the calf. Whatever works in your body, go there. Keep the shoulders soft and relaxed. Arms are gentle. Breathe through the back of that left leg for a couple more big breaths. Soften the gaze. 2 more full breaths. And on your exhale, bend that left knee once again. Hug the leg in. Inhale, straighten the left leg down to the mat. If there's any last stretches that you'd like to take before Savasana, now's the time. So maybe you add in a happy baby, Baddha Konasana, butterfly legs, or anything else that you feel like your body needs right now. If and when you're ready for Savasana, we'll eventually meet up lying on our mat. So take your time, take the next couple of moments for you to explore your body and give yourself anything else that you need. And when you're ready, make your way towards Savasana. If you're still flowing, please take all the time that you need. If and when you make your way towards your final resting posture, Savasana, gently draw your eyes closed. Begin to invite in a soft and easy and a relaxed nature to your mind, to your body, to the space all around and within you. Begin to soften your body even further, starting by relaxing the crown of your head. Soften your forehead, relax your eyebrows, soften the eyelids, let the eyes sink back towards the skull. Relax your temples, soften the cheekbones, relax the jaw, allow the lips to relax, the teeth soften, and gently float the tongue down away from the roof of your mouth. Soften your ears, and relax the back of your head, softening the scalp. Imagine as though a wave of relaxation rushes across your head and every hair follicle just gets a little bit more tingly and softer. Allow the back of the neck to soften, along with the sides and the front, opening the throat. Melt the shoulders towards the ground beneath you as you soften the upper arms and the elbows. Relax the lower arms and the wrists. Soften the palms of your hands, the backs of your hands, and allow the fingers to just naturally curl inwards. Soften the chest, the space around your heart. Relax the rib cage and the belly. Melt the upper back towards the ground. Soften your middle back. And relax the low back and sacrum. Soften your glutes, the hips, and the pelvic region. Relax your upper legs and the knees. Soften your lower legs and the ankles. Relax the tops of your feet. Soften the heels, the arches, the balls of the toes. And allow every toe to get a little bit lighter. Notice if you're holding on anywhere else in your body. Let it all go. Allow your whole being to sink towards the ground, as if your body is just melting away, becoming weightless. Allow this state of relaxation and ease to translate to your mind. Soften the mind as though it's a muscle itself. Imagine it melting away. For the next couple of moments, allow yourself to simply be in this state, soaking in the goodness, the energy of your body and practice, and allowing yourself to drift away. Gently begin to invite your awareness back in towards your body. Maybe you add subtle movements to the toes, the fingers, the wrists and ankles, allowing the breath to deepen. Only when you feel ready to move, gently roll over to either side, pausing and resting in a fetal position. Take your time. Again, only when you feel ready, gently begin to press yourself all the way up to seated, keeping the eyes softly closed as you transition. We'll meet with the eyes closed and palms touching at heart center. Take a couple of moments to consciously realize how you feel right now. Draw your awareness to your mind, your head space. Notice how it feels. What word describes the state of your mind? Begin to feel into the body. Notice what it feels like. What word describes the state of your body? And eventually tune into your emotional well-being. What emotion do you feel right now? Take a moment to just observe, to notice, to let it be, and possibly reflect on the state that we arrived on our mats today. Is it the same? Is it different? Just notice. Take a moment to give yourself a smile and truly express some gratitude towards yourself for showing up here today, for being with yourself, for dedicating your time to your health, your life, and your practice. And thank you so very much for sharing your beautiful energy and practice with me and everyone else who joined in. The light in me truly honors the light in you. Namaste.